John, it seems like the conversation of the week, or at least the early week, is going to be the quarterback situation, Austin Arnott or Jerome Tiller. Just what are your thoughts on that situation leading into the Texas Tech game?
Well, I think the players are all saying the same thing, that no matter who's in there, they have confidence in them, and I believe that to be true. But I think everybody agrees that Iowa State has to get more production out of the quarterback position, and I think that's very attainable as the season goes forward. It's going to have to be, because when you look at the next 4 games on the schedule, Texas Tech, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, you know, some of the guys talked about we just need somebody to manage the game. I think you have to have a playmaker to have a chance to beat those teams. I think you have to have a guy making plays. And so far, the passing game just hasn't produced enough big plays, and I think those quarterbacks would be the first to admit that. Now, against UNI, what you needed was a game manager, and Jerome Tiller did a very good job of doing that, and you do what it takes to win that game. But I think against these next 4 opponents, you're going to need more big plays out of the passing game. So no matter who's out there, whether it's Austin or Jerome, they're going to have to be more accurate with their throws. The receivers are going to be more accurate with their routes, and the offensive line is going to have to give protection, because you're going to need a little bit of time to do some of those things that you want to do with the passing game.
Everybody knows that Texas Tech likes to throw the ball. I mean, under Mike Leach, who was the previous coach, they threw the heck out of the ball everywhere, 70% of the time. They're still throwing it this year. Can you just talk about the what's going on there?
Yeah, it might not be the way that Tommy Tuberville wants his offense to look 5 years from now, but when you inherit great receivers, 2 really good quarterbacks, and running backs that are used to carrying it, 10, 12 times a game, not 25 or 30 times a game, you go with what gives you the best chance to win. And I think that's good coaching by Tommy Tuberville to continue to say, okay, we're going to, at least for this year, we're still going to throw it quite a bit. You're trying to establish the run more, but without question, the bread and butter is the passing game, and they're going to exploit that. So I think that's smart coaching. I think you saw Paul Rhodes do the same thing when he took over at Iowa State. Even though they run out of a spread, the emphasis is still running the football, because the offensive linemen that he inherited were more the big, powerful, physical type offensive linemen. The emphasis was going to be, let's go to what our strength should be. We've got a really good running back, let's run the football. And so I think you play to your strengths to give yourself the best chance to win, and I think that's what Texas Tech's doing right now.
One more thing now about Texas Tech, but Jake Knott is Big 12 Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week. Just he's been playing very good at a position where people question the ability of those guys.
Right, and I think people thought they were going to be good players. They were just wondering, do they have the experience yet to perform at a high level? And both A.J. Klein and Jake Knott, who are tied together at the hip, everybody always bunches those 2 guys together because they came in together. They're the same size, the same weight, everything, both true sophomores. But they've both played exceptionally well, and they have to for Iowa State to be successful. But nose for the ball, physical, speed. They've got, I think, a little bit more speed than Iowa State's had at the position in recent years, and so they've done an awful lot so far this season, and have really turned into good football players already, and it gets you excited about the future of Iowa State football.
All right, thanks, John.
You bet.